Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's the international break, along 2 weeks before United play. They won't even be playing in the first weekend after the international break, so it's going to be a time to discuss about the summer, about what we expect the Man United will be planning, or both on the players and on the managers. There's been interesting reports all through this week about the manager or the players. It had come down to three options for the manager: Michael Carrick being the front runner, Luis Enrique and Nagelsmann also being in the options. But it seems there has been developed reports about them. There has also been developed reports about some of the players. So let's see what this week has had in store for us. One of the first things that you note is reports from Paris that Luis Enrique will sign a new deal at Paris Saint-Germain beyond his current contract, which expires in 2027. He seems to be content with Paris Saint-Germain the way they are going. I expected something like this would happen. Paris are in a more stable position, and they have the players that are very good. You can see how their last performance, how they destroyed Chelsea 8-2. So I don't think it would make sense for him to want to leave, because there are those things you have to consider. One of the things is that he's building a new team. Recently, he just took one of the best talents from young talents from Barcelona. He also has players like Mayulu Due. So he has a team that is still yet to hit its peak, and I think he can make it even better. He's also looking to make history by winning back-to-back Champions League this season. He probably wins that. Thinks about the third time he can win it. So these reports that Luis Enrique was looking for a new challenge, and they might just have been reports to get him to sign a new contract. There is also the doubt, because you can't know how accurate this source is, but there is also that thinking that we have as Man United fans. There is no chance that he's probably leaving for a team like that is still on the rebuild. You don't know how sure we can have the enough money to be rebuild it all in at once, and I don't think he's a manager who's willing to wait for a very long period as the owners decide whether they want to fully back the footballing decisions or not. So that is one of the major news. Now it's down to Nagelsmann and Carrick. In my opinion, they are both very good options. Nagelsmann has much more experience than Carrick in terms of managing at the top level. He's managed Bayern Munich. He's also managed the German national team. So he has relatively more experience. Carrick was also a good player. He played for Man United, and right now he's managing at Man United. So he's picking up his experience as he goes. So I think any of them, it would depend what the club wants to do. In terms of Nagelsmann, Ben Jacobs had an interview. He was having an interview in the United stand, and one of the things that he spoke about is Julian Nagelsmann. He said, Nagelsmann, I'm told, would prefer to have conversations now, not too close to the World Cup. This is sensible because the World Cup will be a time where the German Federation require him to be fully concentrated on the German national team without any distractions. You remember the last time Lopetegui had made a contract with Real Madrid, and the Spanish Federation were really not happy about it. They sacked him and appointed a new manager just before the World Cup started. So these are things that you really need to remain professional when you're on a job. So it makes sense that you'd want to have talks now, and when it comes closer to the World Cup, then he can put his full concentration on the World Cup. The board should be moving fast for this. The first times they have been moving slow, trying to decide whether they want to appoint a new manager or not. And you can see managers like Ancelotti have signed new contracts. Tuchel also signed a new contract. This time, Luis Enrique is being rumored that he will be signing a new contract, and rightfully so, because they are managers who can't wait along to see what Man United, either they are serious or they want to make up their decision. So Julian Nagelsmann is also one in the running, but he says he really wants to make sure he wraps up any conversation by now, and he won't really be approachable during the World Cup. And you see, the World Cup goes until mid-July. So that means he comes in late. The decisions that he has to make, that how he can train the team, how he can help the formation, so it's going to be too late. So it's looking likely that the front runner for this position will be Michael Carrick. And on the player side, the Sandro Tonali had a really good game yesterday. They were playing Northern Ireland in one of the semi-finals of the playoffs, and he qualified Italy to play the finals of the playoff, where if they win, they go to the World Cup. He had a very good game. I think he was the man of the match because he had a goal, the first goal. He scored the first goal, and he also had an assist. So he's really continuing to prove that he's the kind of player that would really improve this team. He continued to perform, and I think is a player that we really need to take seriously, and that's what Man United seems to be doing, according to Craig Hope. He says Manchester United are expected to make a formal approach to Newcastle for Sandro Tonali after the season's end. Tonali is set to emerge as Man United's main target ahead of Adam Wharton and Elliot Wanderson. You remember during the news that have been that we have narrowed down to 3 targets: Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton, and Sandro Tonali. So these are the players that we are looking to sign. Elliot Anderson has been having talks with Man City. They are said to be progressed. Ben Jacobs confirmed that the talks are on the player side. No team has approached the Newcastle, so this is something that Man United will do. They have also been talking with Elliot Anderson. They have done their legwork, but it remains to be seen which team he chooses. You see, Man United have been approaching a strategy in the transfer window where they talk to the player, they make sure the player wants to come before they approach the club. They did this with Matthias Cunha as early before the season ended. They also did with Mbeumo, made sure that Mbeumo wanted to come before they went to negotiate with Brentford, and then they could take their time, even 5 weeks before they make the signings. So they really want to approach that way. You can't be wasting time with a player who's not decided. And right now, all the cards are with Elliot Anderson. He can choose to go to Man City, to Man United, or to any other teams that are interested in him, including Bayern Munich. So Man United will have to, I think, wrap this up early. If they realize that Anderson is really focused on Man City, then they can focus their full attention on Tonali. And I think it will be a good signing. Tonali is the kind of player that improves us in the way he has that energy in midfield. He's combative. He's a player that we really need in that DM position, and the experience that we can have with Tonali is not the same as Wharton. You realize Wharton is turning 22, Kobe Mino is turning 22, so we can't have two young players running the Man United midfield. They need an experienced head around them, and I think if you can get Tonali and then an extra midfielder, then we can be good to go in the next season. So that has been what has really been circulating. We started with Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes was one that was linked to Man United. His agents were linking him to Man United, but that story died down. Then it came back to Sandro Tonali once Man United. Then Newcastle were really denying those reports. Then it's back. So I think these are going to be some of the news that we are constantly going to be talking about, and hopefully we can sign the kind of midfield revamp that we did to the attack. You remember in the attack we were able to complete a full change of the attack by signing Sesko, Mbeumo, and Cunha, and the three of them can start well together, and you see there has been an improvement in the goals. All three players are approaching 10 goals a season. Mbeumo and Sesko have already got 10 to 10 goals in all competitions, and Cunha is not far behind, he's only on 7. But on the goal contributions, they have all on 10 goal contributions. So if this can keep on going, then I think we can do the same to the midfield and be able to be competing back at the top. So let's see what the rest of the week brings. We'll keep on bringing you the news as it comes. Subscribe to this channel to get more about Man United. Like, comment, share your opinions, and let's grow. Keep growing this channel. Thank you.